I only gotta keep the essentials, you know what I'm saying? Gotta keep the essentials.
Pulling up from 40, down by 40, told to 40 for love. Keep it on me, tell your bro he won't bite shit but the dust. Yeah, it's loaded, yeah, they loaded. All my homies with whatever you is. 40 different flows, I got it. But don't bite this though, don't come for smoke that you ain't get sent for. I just chopped it up with the little homie, he heart broke. Trap just got convicted, he tripping. He say free kinfolk and I'm sick of this. Family keep on distancing. I just want some peace and lately all that I've been getting is a lot of frustration that's due to ignorance. People not having sense and when I speak, everybody gets offended. This ridiculous. I just might give up cause ain't no fixing this. Pulling up from 40, down by 40, told to 40 for love. Keep it on me, tell your bro he won't bite shit but the dust. Yeah, it's loaded, yeah, they loaded. All my homies with whatever you is. 40 different flows, I keep it moving. Things change, baby, you don't. Can't picture you gone. Draped in that Saint Laurent, it ain't too strong. Told me I can't do wrong. Baby girl, that's you though. All night chopped it up just like judo. Dirty dance killer. Pulled up on you 2 times, I ain't gotta say it cause baby, you know the damn vibes. Same day I fold on the gang, it's the same damn dime. How you know I keep it 100 like 52 times? Really quiet when I'm riding with you, but no problems, don't solve it, I'm just vibing with you. So solid, I could Metal Gear, box up and shoot. Keep it 110 like 522s. Yeah, I'm back at it, told that girl throw that back to me. Like 3 tracks ago, I'm the tracks in the back bully. And they don't know the truth, ain't stating the facts fully. I should probably let it go like the low when the Mac pulling up from 40, down by 40, told to 40 for love. Keep it on me, tell your bro he won't bite shit but the dust. Yeah, it's loaded, yeah, they loaded. All my homies with whatever you is. 40 different flows, I keep it moving up from 40, down by 40, told to 40 for love. Keep it on me, tell your bro he won't bite shit but the dust. Yeah, it's loaded, yeah, they loaded. All my homies with whatever you is. 40 different flows, we keep it moving.
I only gotta keep the essentials, you know what I'm saying? Gotta keep the essentials.
Pulling up from 40, down by 40, told to 40 for love. Keep it on me, tell your bro he won't bite shit but the dust. Yeah, it's loaded, yeah, they loaded. All my homies with whatever you is. 40 different flows, I got it. But don't bite this though, don't come for smoke that you ain't get sent for. I just chopped it up with the little homie, he heart broke. Trap just got convicted, he tripping. He say free kinfolk and I'm sick of this. Family keep on distancing. I just want some peace and lately all that I've been getting is a lot of frustration that's due to ignorance. People not having sense and when I speak, everybody gets offended. This ridiculous. I just might give up cause ain't no fixing this. Pulling up from 40, down by 40.
TJ, say something.
Keep it on me, tell your bro he won't bite shit but the dust. Yeah, it's loaded, yeah, they loaded. All my homies with whatever.
There he is. God, thank Jesus I didn't. Okay, awesome. Jeez. No, you're the A mic.
It ain't too strong.
I'm the B mic.
I'm
the C. I'm not on the podcast. You're the DJ. No, this is you.
Dirty dance killer. Pulled up on you 2 times. I ain't gotta say it cause baby, you know the damn vibes. Same day I fold on the gang, it's the same damn dime. How you know I keep it 100 like 52 times? Really quiet when I'm riding with you, but no problems, don't solve it, I'm just vibing with you. So solid, I could Metal Gear, box up and shoot. Keep it 110 like 522s. Yeah, I'm back at it, told that girl throw that back to me. Like 3 tracks ago, I'm the tracks in the back bully. And they don't know the truth, ain't stating the facts fully. I should probably let it go like the low when the Mac pulling up from 40, down by 40, told to 40 for love. Keep it on me, tell your bro he won't bite shit but the dust. Yeah, it's loaded, yeah, they loaded. All my homies with whatever you is. 40 different flows, I keep it moving up from 40, down by 40, told to 40 for love. Keep it on me, tell your bro he won't bite shit but the dust. Yeah, it's loaded, yeah, they loaded. All my homies with whatever you is. 40 different flows, we keep it moving.
To the left of it. I'm sorry. Patreon screen. Countdown.
If I'm noticing a speck in your eye, that means we're close. And a lot of people fear intimacy because I don't want you to see into me. So I keep people at a distance. If I can stay up on the stage,
My love for you never died and it never will. That's not how I'm built. But we had shaky foundation, making our hopes of a future impossible to fulfill, making my heart collapse. But it was for the best in hindsight, boy, that time lapse. I got a new pursuit perhaps, but it's hard to say, cause she the type to be down for 2 days and be gone for 3. Weekends the only thing consistent, walking the fine line between pestilence and persistence. Oh, she killing me. New people popping up from distant memory. Oh, how they changed, trying to party next door, talking about come and see me. For once I would like someone to keep that energy. I guess I'm just different, at least that's what Valerie told me. She said that was me, unapologetically. Sorry, I'm calling late, the reception be getting fuzzy. My miles go up by dozens, finna shoot up to Oklahoma. Decisions like that be something, been hitting the road for nothing.
Please leave your message for Precious Healy.
Hey, I was just driving on my way back. Just gonna check on you, make sure you're good. Give me back when you wake up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It ain't enough wiper fluid to clear my thoughts. I'm on this road, coasting at 60 miles an hour, missing my queen of hearts. I'm feeling stressed, my eyes getting heavier. No, I can't stop and rest, and that's a bet. Praying I played it the way I taught myself, memorizing a set, hoping I play my cards correctly. I never shuffled the deck, a young ace. Jokers around me pay me respect. When you see a king, then you bow. I got reticules on your heads. Hustle to feed the family, multiplying the bread. It's a cycle like chain links to the golden ones on their necks. White Iversons plotting to steal the crap when it's dead, but this the soul number 23 slamming it when he fed the rock. I read the clock and I lost the time that I spent on that. Lately I don't check my watch for seconds, I'm not getting back. Lately all my friends is wait, I'm lighter now. I finish fast. All these rappers food to me. I wonder where my dinner's at.
While we've talked so much about the importance of not living in your past and the danger of living in yesterday, I certainly think that a lot of relationships are sabotaged by things that happened before they ever began, that weren't dealt with. And so we project onto other people trust issues that were developed
Quiz Cube, play that beat again.
because of another person's actions, and start saying things to somebody that we just met, like, who's texting you? And it's not that you ever caught him doing anything, it's just that it's been done to you before. And so now you're
Alan.
Yo, what's good?
You know how to do the intro.
I think so. Welcome to the Isaiah Polk
Sound check.
sound check.
We live.
There he is. What's up, TJ? How's it going?
Not much, man. What's popping?
You know, I'm here. I think I jammed my finger today, but other than that, I'm feeling all right.
How you jam your finger?
I think I was dapping some random dude up, so to speak, and he dapped me up unexpectedly. Like he did it.
How
in a
you
weird
jam
angle.
your finger dapping somebody?
Like he was like really aggressive, and he missed my hand, and like he just pushed my like ring finger into my hand, and it was
So your hand was open on the dap?
yeah, it was.
I thought when you dap somebody up, it's like the closed fist, like bop bop. and
Well,
then you
I
didn't-
guess the other one, you know, with the clasping of hands.
Oh.
And, yeah,
Okay,
to the
that's
snap.
some real. That's interesting.
But man, we out here.
You tried to shake the pound.
That is tough. That's tough. I can't wrap my head around that, but that's tough. I'm sorry that you jammed your finger dapping somebody up. I thought dap was like a positive occasion, but apparently not.
Hey man, you gotta take the L sometimes. You don't know what you're doing.
That's tough.
Big sad. But yeah. So the topic today, you ready, TJ?
Yeah.
It's how to love, right? How to love, I guess, well, and how to love not well or bad, right? And I guess we're talking about like all kinds of love, you know what I'm saying? You know, I actually like, I'm having a hard time really processing bad love. Like, you know, like how do you love someone terribly, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's more so asking what
Negatively.
because love is so relative. What's a good idea of love? Because people will call things love, like when people call tough love, or people call
Is that bad love?
Huh?
Is that bad love?
I think that's subjective.
All right.
This isn't. This is my conversation. I'm just trying to guide you.
I got
kind
you.
of where the thought of bad, like right and wrong and stuff.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll I want to try to talk about bad love a little bit. You know, or what I classify bad love as. Anything that I don't really like tough love. I've always had that. And I think it can be useful in specific situations, which I guess that could be said about anything. But for me, it's like I think that's more of like something you get that's better for you when you're more developed, when you have more of an understanding of things conceptually, I guess. Like when you're more mature in that regard, as opposed to this boy dropping everything, as opposed to like the opposite of that, which is more caring. Well, I can't say more caring, but it feels like more. Wow, how do I describe that? I guess less assertive love is how I would define that. Like just really soft and squishy love, I guess. What do you think, T?
I I guess. So if you're talking about bad love, however you define it, I look at okay, let's define love. I personally view love as an action word. It's like more in the things that you do and the decisions that you make for someone out of like based on how much you care about them. Um, and it don't mean that you have to do something for me to prove that you love me, but more so the actions,
The
like
why.
the willingness to cause action to
The why. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. So if you're talking about bad love and what it is, going off of that definition, probably when we get into like some of the more toxic things, like if we view love as like just the motive behind actions, then if you look at some relationships where the overall
Just being a background character. Just keep going.
that's why if if the actions if you take a situation where the betterment of somebody is like declining at the hands of someone else, and they stick around in that situation because of their love for them, or if someone is treating so like you when you say tough love, if someone is mistreating somebody because they feel like that's what's best for them, and that's what they're doing to them out of the love that they have for them because they want them to experience whatever, then at that point it's like bad love, and that's just the best way I could define it.
Right. Right. Yeah, and I mean I agree. It's I guess it feels pretty straightforward in the regard of being toxic or kind of, seeing what could be bad. But at the same time, just like this is all perspective, being really passive, that's really weird way to say that. I guess non-assertive with love in some ways. Like for me, for example, I don't need you to do a lot for me. Like physically, I don't need. I guess kind of getting into love languages in that regard. I'm more of like, as long as you exist in my proximity, that's pretty much all I need. You know what I'm saying? But some people need a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They need like physical touch. They need presence. They need words of affirmation. You know what I'm saying? They need, I think that's like two more, but that could be bad love, just because they're not receiving what they require out of love, or what I'm saying, the actions out of love, so to speak. And I think that's like, I mean, it's real interesting because, I know everyone, I think Isaiah isn't like too too proximity based. He has his own like space that he likes to keep. You know what I'm saying? If you're there too
Mm.
much, I mean, what do you like to, you know? What are your love affirmations, your love languages? What do you like?
Um, mine. Hold on, cause dang,
Uh huh.
I thought I wrote mine down. Mine is one of mine is like physical touch, and I think the other one is words of
Touch
affirmation.
me, girl.
That's
You
wild.
really
That's so crazy.
touching me.
Sometimes a nickel just need a hug or something. You know what it is? Oh
Right.
yeah. But you know what? I could really spin this to be like a interesting conversation. Well, it already was an interesting conversation. Um, I think the whole love thing really gets tested and truly defined when problems arise, like a miss problems or again a miss um different tribulations that you come across. The the people around you show you how much they love you, and they show you in their own way, and then you can decipher it however you see it. um I just came out of an interesting situation that had me look at almost everybody different.
Mm.
So I ain't been on a pod in a month because I ain't had power, right? And people go through worse stuff. I
Absolutely.
think that's pretty bad, but somebody might be like, "That ain't nothing. My life is terrible." And you know what? Cool. Like your life sucks. I'm sorry.
Right.
But like no power without 30 days. You kind
That's
of
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. You know, food becomes hard to keep fresh at that point unless you're eating cereal the entire time.
yeah, and,
So
yeah. Your refrigerator really could become like infested with
completely
like
dead. Yeah.
yeah
Everything.
with different stuff and stuff like that. Um,
Charge your phone.
having already been like pressed for money because of like some bad situations late last year,
Mm.
coming on to this year, and then the pandemic and stuff like that. And then get married. Like I got pushed to my limits during the past 30 days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, and I think going through that, it kind of showed me the worst side of life and the worst side of the economy that we in, and specifically the state that I live in too.
Absolutely.
And I'm not the type of person to really like complain because like something ain't fair. Like I'm gonna deal with it. I might feel away later, but like in the moment, I'm gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the people around you, like how you think they feel about you, or how they have professed to feel about you. Like it's almost like a expectation or a standard that you set for that person in your mind. Oh yeah, that's the homie. They gon' they gonna ride. You know what I'm saying? They love me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Down like a kid.
they don't love them. They don't love them. It just really had me. I came out of that because it I had support. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I definitely got support through the situation. I don't want to. I don't even want to come off like I didn't. Definitely did. Wasn't the support I was expecting, and at the same time, probably didn't get the amount of support that I needed either. And on the opposite end of that, I'm like, I'm not. The whole time while I was going through this, I was like, I'm not gonna let this change me as a person. If I come across somebody in the future and I'm well off, or I'm decent, and somebody going through something, I'm not gonna look at them and be like, hey yo, I had to tough it out, so you do too. Like I can't let situations change me. Like I don't. I try not to let that happen. I try to keep that to a minimum.
Right.
But my perception, and you could boil it down to love, like how when somebody say they love me, like I feel like you can kind of rely on the people that you love, or that's how I felt, and I still kind of feel that way, but I'm not going to attempt to anymore. It's
Right.
like it's changed my perception on people and support, I guess you could say.
Right.
Um, First and foremost, I'm pushing to never even be in that position, period. But that's a whole different conversation. But in the event that I am, it's like I don't want to take it there no more because the psychological toll wasn't worth it. I went through a struggling period earlier this year when I first moved out from with my roommate, and I handled it on my own for the most part. And when I told some people in my inner circle about what was going on, they was like, "What? Why you didn't tell nobody? Or why? Like, why would you do that? You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to go through that alone." So that set the expectation. Hey, we love you. We care about you. We're not finna let you be down like that. And I was like, dang, cool. And like some of them actually kind of went off on me like a little bit. Like they really pressed me because it's like, why that was so dumb on my part. So come across something that's way worse, and then somebody that I truly love, like I'm married to, we in a situation and I do as I was told and reach out, and then it's like, sorry, bud, I got nothing for you.
Right.
So like I would have been cool if I was doing it how I already was, you know what I'm saying? But the people that quote unquote love me set the standard in my mind that, hey, you ain't gotta go do it like that. So I mean, yeah, it was weird, and like I think that love is like a relative term. I think it's different for any and everybody. Um, and I don't know if like the parameters of that should be set when I don't think it's really that deep that you got to sit down with somebody and be like, all right, bro, this is what I do for you. This is what I wouldn't X, Y, and Z. But I think it's to be you got to be cognizant of like how people move and what they thinking because you could be close to somebody or think you close to somebody and they ain't really like that. And then some people are actually surprised you, be like, hey, I ain't even know he was riding for me like that. It's you know what I'm saying. That's
Right.
so that's my little take on it.
I got you. I was, and it's like you got me thinking about, has a situation ever happened that changed the way that you love somebody? Like, how, you talked about the way that people treated you, I guess in the first part of what you were saying, like, but you were saying that you wouldn't change the way that you would try to help somebody else, you would love somebody else, you wouldn't make someone else suffer because of that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I don't want my personal experiences to affect me negatively to where I wouldn't help somebody.
right.
Because I think in our just to keep it shoot it straight in the black community, I feel like we do that when it's like, hey, I had to get mine, so you got to get yours.
Yeah.
Like I think it's slowly changing, but if you look at a lot of successful black people, um, like we don't share the wealth like other races. At least I don't feel like it. I mean, I don't think that. Uh, for instance, I don't think a Jewish person has problems doing. But I'm not in that community, so I can't say. But it doesn't appear that they have problems doing business with each other. You see that they support each other. In my
I
line
got
of
you.
work, previously,
I see what you
Indian
mean.
people really support each other.
Yeah.
But it's like we don't do that like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's the way to grow.
Right. I guess because I guess I think about that in terms of a lot of stuff I see on social media, in that people talk about the slave mentality. Have you like kind of like had I got an idea about what that is?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
About like how we kind of force ourselves to struggle to feel something. You know what I'm saying?
validated.
Yeah. And it's like I do that a lot. I'm trying to get out of that. I'm trying to, I guess, live my truth, to live like the life I have, what I was given, and live through that without necessarily making it seem like I don't have the opportunity to do stuff, because that causes that moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if I do that, if I live my entire life like that, and I make it big, you know what I'm saying, but I got my kids, and I make them do that whole thing too, it's like, you know what I'm saying, do I have to have to make them buy a $2,000 car and earn their way up the same, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I have the
It,
resources to do it, why wouldn't I just help them out, you know what I'm saying?
that's true. Like, hey, you got a point. You got a point. Like, you know what? That hits me. That hit me personally. So when you talk about, like, okay, let's say like a lot of people went, that I went to school with, like to say that I grew up privileged, right?
Right.
Just because, I didn't get free lunch, and my house was decent, like kind of big, and this, that, and the third. And I was talking to my manager about that recently, and he was like, you know what? I don't think that that's privilege. I think that that's really should be what's normal. What's privilege is like Floyd Mayweather kids, like they ain't just throwing iPhones from the second story just to see what happened, or like, kids that legitimately don't have to worry about anything. If you got your basic needs taken care of, that's not privilege. That's just what the standard should be. Even if it's not, that's what the standard should be. And I got teased for having money. Like,
Yeah.
so when you talk about like the slave mentality, it's like, yo, we got to reset the standard for like our quality of life, because I mean, there shouldn't be a reason that like somebody in the third grade that's a black kid get teased for being smart, or get teased because his folks got money, or get teased because he got nice clothes. Well, the clothes were never a thing, but yeah, I feel that.
And but the thing is, I think with that is that it gets into another territory of, because usually the reason why people make fun of people like that is because they're generally used to those individuals that have the privilege, which I believe, I guess to define that myself, I believe that is a form of privilege, even if it's, I don't think there's an end all be all. That's not what I'm saying. All or nothing, like, perspective on privilege. Privilege to me is it's a line, you know what I'm saying? It's a timeline, and you can have privilege at any part of that comparative to the previous space you were in, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff I didn't have to worry about or think about. But I didn't really realize until now that a lot of my friends and family absolutely had to, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, right. And it's like, I had the privilege to literally just do nothing for my entire high school career and have no responsibility.
Let me chime in real quick. But just because T was saying earlier how he like didn't have free lunch,
Right.
Whatever. It's crazy how the system works, because I didn't either, but I also could not afford to pay for lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and it was only because my pops made a certain amount of money, but I lived with my grandmother, who was taking care of 3 boys after her spouse died, and she no longer got his retirement check. So she got a check, but it wasn't enough to pay for all of the stuff we needed and give us money to pay for lunch at school. So, like, coming from the opposite side of it, it's crazy how, like, just because you're underprivileged doesn't mean they treat you like it. Because no cap, I ate out the trash can at Bird. I would go to the trash cans, go to the white kids' lunches, because I knew they would just throw their stuff away, because they were privileged. They would just throw away half their lunch.
Yep.
And I would go find sandwiches and chips, and that's how I ate at Bird. Like, I would wait till the lunch period was over, and there was a little time between first and second.
Yeah.
To hit these trash cans. So I'm just saying, like, not having, like, it's just crazy how they don't have the option there for people like that. Like, they don't look at
it's a business, right? But, and that's the thing, like, I knew I didn't have free lunch, but I didn't really process that, I guess. Like, I didn't process that I was paying. If I didn't pay for this, I wouldn't be able to eat, because, like, I've been paying since elementary school, right? So, but I guess I actually technically, when I was in, because I used to be in Japan for a minute, but you don't pay there. So I guess I was also still like, but I was in like first grade or something like that. But I never really processed that, and I am absolutely, like, I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed in my, like, lack of awareness completely, but I wish I could have been a little bit more aware and maybe help some more people along the way. You know what I'm saying? Um, but at the same time, it's you need to be able to acknowledge that you have that privilege to do the things that you have been doing and that you can do, you can continue to do in life. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I guess back to the specific topic of love. I guess we could tie that into that. Uh, I feel like you have to know yourself, obviously, right? To You have to love yourself first, right? Is there like a bad way to love yourself? You think?
I think that like arrogance to the point of being oblivious to your shortcomings is like a bad way to love yourself.
I got you. I'm thinking like I think we brought up one of these, not the topic, but like kind of like the it was kind of the moment of how do you know how do you tell someone something if you know it's gonna hurt them? You know, is it love if you don't tell them that, or if it's is it I don't remember how the thing was worded, but it was pretty much like, you know, if you accept something yourself, and I'm spinning it a different way now. If you know there's something about you that, you know, isn't necessarily great for your growth, well-being, so to speak, but you ignore fixing that, you know what I'm saying? Could you classify that as a form of self-love simply because you don't want to hurt yourself or be upset with yourself? You know what I'm saying?
Um, by the way I define love, I wouldn't say that that would be like harmful self love because like love is the motive and action of bettering yourself. So I think that would be the opposite of love. Like if you blatantly ignoring something that's gonna help you and like ignoring it is hurting you, like I think that's more of like a disregard. I don't know. It's kind of hard to put it, but no, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say that's what it is.
I got you. I think it. I think I would classify it just the same way as if you were to, you know, use the talking point of I didn't want to tell you because I don't want to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Because I care about your feelings, your emotional state. So you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's to me it's the same moment. It's just you talking to you. So you already know, but you're kind of it's weird. It's a weird moment.
I think the definition, like the way to define that, would be depending on um. It would take a matter of like balancing which would be more of an effect. Is the lack of acknowledgement of the trait that needs to disappear for growth greater than the hurt that would come from acknowledging it.
I feel like yeah.
So
I guess to throw out a really random situation, it might be really extreme, but let's say that like I'm not calling nobody out because I don't really do that, but let's say you have like you're on welfare, right? You get like SSI benefits, but you can
mhm.
work. You can stop getting benefits. You can stop receiving benefits and work a full time job. You say you work part time now, but you know you make just enough to not really get stuff started. Um, but would it be worth? Would it be worth? Do you think it would be a detriment to continue your life that way if you knew it was consistent, um, and that you can, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to worry about things falling apart potentially, generally, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to completely cutting off your benefits and you have to be self-sufficient at that point.
Saying which is the better way to go.
Yeah, what would you think in your personal opinion? Like,
So got the option of living off of welfare and straight chilling, or actually going out to work and bettering the situation.
I won't say bettering. It's just
Oh
you instead of having the income come to you, you go get it, but there's the consequence of that it may not be consistent as welfare. You know what I'm saying? So
man, take that government check, hit them for all the money they got. What? What
actually,
if the job is not going to be better than the welfare? Like no. If I
right.
had the option, I definitely would take unemployment because what the government feels like is a livable income is less than what I make an hour. Now, because of commission, I make more than that. But if I was in a situation where, I mean, because like if you look at what unemployment check is, it's $600 a week. You break that down, that's like what I think that's like $16 an hour or something like that. I'm gonna check my math.
Yeah, it's about that. That's almost
Yeah,
about what I made.
and like
So.
that's not a wage that you finna just find any and everywhere.
Well,
at least not around where I live.
It's funny you say that because I was talking about SSI, and from what I know, SSI is about $700 for the month.
Oh nah,
yeah,
nah.
but so the thing with that is, from what I've seen, usually people also have housing arrangements that are set up kind of around that, and that they have like all bills paid, so they really only pay for rent, and rent might be like $300. See what I'm saying? So they have like $400 to do whatever else they want to do with their money. If they want to eat, they eat. If they don't want to eat, then they don't eat. But you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's consistent. It may not be great. You can't do everything you want, but I guess at some moment.
The only thing that's throwing me off about that scenario is like, okay, if they get $700 and the rent $300, you got $400 a month. Like if you could flip that to get a better situation. I don't know. I don't know. That sounds like a lick to me.
I mean, that's the thing. If you were in that situation, would you make that work? Or would you be like, nah, I'm about to go work at this mattress company and sell these mattresses?
To be honest, I think that I would do the welfare until I had enough like back, because like if you budget it right, you could save X amount per month. I don't feel like doing the math. You do that for 6 months or maybe even a year, like take that L and live like that for a year, you'd have built up a sustainable amount of income, then take that risk because you got something to fall back on.
But is that an L then? Or is it just self-love?
I say that's self-love because I'm trying to better my situation. But somebody that's not trying to better their situation and they just stand stagnant. Yeah, now I can see. I get what you're saying. Nah, I don't think that's very loving to yourself.
Okay. Well, I guess with that.
1 second. Before you guys wrap up, Kay would like to know what everyone's Domino's order is. I know T is so ready for this question.
I'm actually like low key ready also.
T's order is just so simple. But go ahead.
Let me go first.
Yeah.
All right. So meat lovers with what's the sauce? It's like Alfredo sauce, spinach on it. With make sure the garlic crust is on there too. Full. What's the hand toss? Yeah.
All right, T.
What is everybody's Domino's order?
Yeah.
A cheese pizza.
Yale's
handmade pan with a cup of marinara.
Whoa.
Well, that was the question she asked. Wait, what?
I was reading the chat.
Have you been in the chat this whole time?
Yeah.
Chat's been wild.
I've been reading it.
Oh, okay. It's been absolutely wild.
So I've been smiling occasionally and pointing at it.
It's been
I've seen it. It's y'all bugging.
Like
I know. That's why I made the face. Yeah, but with that, guys, I guess sound check.
We live.
They don't love the kid. No, they don't love the kid. They don't love the kid. Yeah, my aunts don't know I knew it, but I knew it. Undisputed. With this music.
It's a jam. It was a jam finger for me. I wanted to put on the jam.
Yeah, my aunts don't know I knew it, but I knew it.
Yes, I do. Hey, nothing to dispute.
I hate to bust your bubble out in public, cause my dude cracking verses that way these always cooking up a stew. Got remedies for your problems, we can mix you up like soup. Nah, they don't love them, they don't love it, they don't love me, but they can never skip it. Boy, I'm shake you up in the morning, boy, I spaz what I want and make the situation foreign. Understand, huh? At the wake up.